The railway strike is an absolute disgrace. They're using ordinary people who commute like me, but, much more than just me. It's not about me, to smash their way through to a pay strike that they're not to a pay settlement that they're probably not entitled to. And when they are offered the opportunity to be entitled to more money, i.e. to cut back on some of the ridiculous ideas that they've got about old working practices, they refuse to do it. And the other thing they quote all the time is that they don't want anybody forced to be laid off. Actually, the management, who are supine as hell, have already agreed that they're not going to lay anybody off except by agreement. Personally, I wouldn't bother with that. I'd start firing people right now. You have got to take on these people at some stage. Our country is in a shocking state. You can't fly out of the country. You can't drive out of the country. You can't get your rubbish collected. You can't do anything right now. And it's because the, quotes, workforce, unquote, led by a collection of lefties who've waited probably 20-odd years to get their hands on the levers of power, now want to impose their thought processes on the nation. They don't give a stuff about us. Not a stuff.
Well, I mean, the rail workers would say that, they've not really had a proper increase for 2 or 3 years. Passenger numbers, of course, been well down because of the COVID situation. And therefore, the industry really has been hanging on by its fingernails. I mean, is there a case that perhaps to get the rails going again, we need to maybe give them a bit more to get the services back up to scratch?
I think that's looking the wrong way down the telescope, to be honest. The revenues have collapsed by 25 to 30%. So in most companies, you do one of two things. You'd either lay off 25% of the staff, or, i.e. fire them, or you cut their pay by 25%. The idea that we're saying, you know what, I feel so sorry for you. There's plenty of work out there for RMT workers who are deliberately standing in the way of change. There's buckets of work out there. There's 1.3 million jobs. There's less people looking for work than there are jobs. This is a great opportunity. All it is that Lynch and co like appearing on the television and like being almost like Putin-like, and somebody should take them on. So I guarantee to you now that trust, not my vote, by the way, not my vote at all, trust runs away with this in a spectacular fashion.